Tonight from Seguin High School, it's a District 7 4A matchup as the Lady Eagles of Crowley take on the Lady Cougars of Seguin. Hi everyone, John Nelson here at Seguin High School. Our first look at the Lady Cougars, and they are rolling this year, 22-8 overall. Seguin coming off a win last week over Everman by 30. Crowley comes in losing to Mansfield Summit. The Lady Panthers overall at 9-12. And the current standings on the girls' side in 7-4A, everyone chasing Mansfield Summit. They may end the year undefeated. Granbury in second place. Seguin in perfect playoff position at 8-3. And a big game tonight for Crowley if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive at 6-5. Broadnax, Williamson, Gresham, Williams, and Moore, the starting five for Crowley. A senior, couple of juniors, and a couple of sophomores for head coach Rhonda Jackson in her second year. Crowley comes in averaging 32 points and giving up 40 in District 7 4A. Jefferson, Stovall, McGowan, Mays, and Tate. Couple of freshmen this year for head coach Courtney Phillips in year number 8. Seguin last year went 21-12. They come in averaging 56 points in district play. They won the first game in Crowley in early January, 47-36. So Seguin at 8-3 in the district, Crowley at 6-5. We're back with a tip-off right after this. And we are back. Regular season winding down. District game number 12 for both squads. Again, Seguin 8-3, Crowley at 6-5. Lady Panthers in road purple, number 00, Bailey Broadnax in the jump circle for Crowley. And Seguin in home white with the Columbia blue trim. And LC number 32, Dwanisha Tate, a 5'9" junior in the jump circle. It's tossed up and we're underway, and the Lady Cougars control it first and go from right to left. Seguin averaging 56 points a game. They're hitting 43% from the field. This is their 31st game of the year and thrown away in the backcourt just 15 seconds in. And the first possession for Crowley. It'll be Broadnax in the front court. She shoves it in to Nisha Moore, number 45. Moore is the leading scorer, averaging 13 points. Gets it outside to Williams. Seguin is led by Allery Mays. Allery Mays averaging 11. She's a freshman. And the first shot for Crowley is taken by Moore. It is off and last touched underneath by Seguin's Dwanisha Tate. And Michaela Williams averaging 7 points, a senior to play it in. One of two seniors. There are 6 juniors and 4 sophomores for Crowley. The handoff to Gresham. Outside, open. Williamson runs it down, takes another shot. Off the front left, another attempt, and yet another one coming. That's Williams. 4 shots and no points. Minute 4 seconds in. Tiana Jefferson is on the left side. She's a junior, number 10. This is Andra Stovall. Stovall, the sophomore. There are no seniors for Courtney Phillips. Toriana Goods has left the team, the senior not playing anymore. 5 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. That one taken from the right elbow, missed. They try to converge on the loose ball, and some contact in the game's first foul. It's a push on Tiana Jefferson, Seguin's number 10. And Bailey Broadnax, sophomore to play it in. Crowley hitting 32% of their shots from the field this year. As a three-point shooting team, just 20%. Don't take that many threes. Intercepted by Tate and crowded out in the corner. Again, the Lady Cougars coming off a 58-28 win over Everman. Before that, a lopsided win over Joshua, 60-27. Crowley losing to Mansfield Summit. And by all indications, after realignment later this week, Summit probably going to go back to 5A next year. Off of Crowley, so Seguin's possession. And still looking for a score as Andra Stovall pushes it up court. Seguin comes in hitting 43% from the field. As a three-point shooting team, hitting just 21%. They go down low, open, and foul on the delivery is Tiana Jefferson. And the junior will have a couple of shots at the line. First team foul for Crowley. Tiana Jefferson, a 5'7" junior, hitting 43% of her free throws, and we have a score, 1-0 Seguin. Seguin as a foul shooting team hitting close to 57%, and this one bounces in. Got them both to drop, 2-0. On the run is Moore. Broadnax at the top of the key and taken away, 3-on-1. Layup in there. That is Lauren McGowan. Lauren McGowan, a 5'8" freshman, makes it 4-0 Seguin. And that one too tall. Down court for Michaela Williams. Lady Cougars opened up district play back on December 13th. Lost to Summit. And then beat Cleburne. Open underneath. And two more for McGowan. Has 4 of the first 6 points. And unable to play it in cleanly as Nisha Moore, number 45, stepped over the line. Timeout, Crowley. It'll be a 30-second timeout for head coach Rhonda Jackson. And there's Courtney Phillips. The Lady Cougars have been to the playoffs 7 of the 8 years under Courtney. And the school recently collected their 200th win. Picked up school victory number 200 a couple of weeks ago against Everman. Seguin High School opened back in 2002. 22-8 overall, and 7 of Seguin's 8 losses have come to 5A teams. That's how competitive and how good the Lady Cougars have been this year. And Tiana Jefferson to inbound underneath the Crowley goal. Jefferson looking as they clear. She gets it to Stovall. Andra Stovall to Jefferson. Looking for Dwanisha Tate. Long pass in the corner, and the extra step taken by McGowan as she turns it over. Crowley has lost 3 of their last 4 games. Their last win came against Burleson, and that was a close one, and the double dribble on Nisha Moore. Not a good start for Rhonda Jackson. She's been at Crowley 5 years. This is her second as a head coach, and with a high heel, she's about 6'7". Everyone looking up at Rhonda Jackson, about 7-inch heels. Top of the key, no go for Stovall. This is Dwanisha Tate. Trying to take it closer. Sealed off nicely by Broadnax. Right side to Stovall. McGowan into Tate. Tate off the double teamed and slapped out of bounds, I believe, by Broadnax. Last touched it. And Tiana Jefferson to play it back in. 6-0, Seguin leading. And goes to Tate. She'll take the 16-footer and miss. Rebound. Mays. Allery Mays, and count the basket. It is 8-0 Lady Cougars. And here's Allery Mays, a 5'11" freshman, averaging 11 points, He's coming off a 19-point game against Everman. In and out. In the backcourt, in trouble as Moore still hasn't cleared it. Tosses over to Williamson. Back to Moore, just beat the 10-second count. Kennedy Williamson, inside, Broadnack's open. Nice feed to the sophomore. And the first 2 points for Crowley. Tate at midcourt, gets rid of it. Stovall. Tate can't save it. And the double dribble on Michaela Williams. And a timeout taken by Seguin. Courtney Phillips just wants a 30-second timeout. Tiana Jefferson to play it in for the Lady Cougs and tosses deep to Andra Stovall. 8-2. And again, Seguin averaging 56 points. And they go down low, and the third step taken by Dwanisha Tate. Tate shuffled the feet and turns it over. Defensively, Seguin only second to Summit in allowing the fewest points in district. They give up just 34 points in district play, batted away by Tate. And our first sub for Crowley. Jasmine Bailey, number 22 in the game. Nisha Moore as she slides over between the circles with Tiana Jefferson. Moore tries to start something right, then she goes to the left and has the shot blocked. On the run, McGowan. Tate wanted to feed Mays and threw it behind her. 3 minutes left in the opening period. 8-2, Seguin on top. Williamson ahead to Williams. And the touch pass underneath the Bailey. And that one stays in bounds. On the run is Stovall, now circles back out. Seguin last year finished second to Summit in district play. They were 10-3. They can be 10-3 again this year. Intercepted underneath by Michaela Williams of Crowley. Lady Panthers in a tournament this year. This one fumbled and out of bounds, and Crowley will still control it. Crowley beat Martin this year by 4 points in the Mansfield Rotary Tournament. One of their 9 wins. At side court, Bailey Broadnax. And a brief hold up. And is given the ball and feeds close range to Nisha Moore. Bailey, senior. The handoff to Moore. And look at Tate at the top of the key, and the breakaway layup missed. Dwanisha Tate misses the snowbird. This one goes out of bounds, and a foul as well, a push on Seguin. Got a little bit in a hurry, and the layup at the bottom of the rim. But 9 times out of 10, she'll make that shot. Here's Moore on the drive and is bumped by Mays. Kennedy Williamson, number 12, the junior, to play it in. Minute 39 left in the first period. The handoff to Moore. Baseline left, short. Broadnax picks up the trash. That misses. And picked off by Mays. Outlet pass to Tate. Here's another chance and misses. Tate 0 for 2 on the breakaways. Out of bounds, it'll belong to Crowley. Carissa Fleming, number 14, a sophomore, in for Seguin. And Dwanisha Tate will sit out the remainder of the period. Inbounds pass is grabbed by Maroney, number 11. And Stovall of Seguin. The alternate possession belongs to Seguin. Brianna Maroney, a junior, just checked in for Crowley. Looking, Tiana Jefferson. Here's the pass and the shot and the miss by McGowan. Bailey on McGowan. Takes her to the free throw line. Minute 5 left in the first period. Maroney holding up 4 fingers, indicating a set play. She drives, she dumps it off right side, and Bailey launches one. That is missed, and some contact underneath with 53.6 left in the first quarter. Seguin has committed 3 fouls, and Crowley has collected 2. Andra Stovall, little 5'5" sophomore, clears it. Now in trouble. Picked up by Fleming, and she throws it away. Interception by Williamson underneath. And a reach around on McGowan. She got Bailey. Team foul number 3, non-shooting foul. And Crowley going to insert Kayla Turner at a post. Bailey comes out. Turner, number 50. Broadnax into Maroney. Half a minute to go. Outside for a 3, and pumped in by Kennedy Williamson. That makes it a 3-point game. Nice handoff, and missing was Jefferson. Jefferson got the feed from Stovall. 7 seconds, picked up. They've got time. McGowan, layup with 2 seconds. Tiana Jefferson. The steal by Seguin, the basket by Seguin at the end of the first quarter. It is Seguin 10, Crowley 5. And we're back, getting ready to play quarter number 2 as they hustle them on. Michaela Williams and the quick inbounds to Nisha Moore. And this would be a 2 had it gone, taken by Haley Gresham. Here's Seguin in transition. And the drive by Tate and the miss, and we're joined by Michael Hill, the principal here at Seguin High School. The Lady Cougars on top 10-5, and Michael, it's been a good year both on the girls' side and the boys' side here.
Well, you know, it really has, and the teams are just coming out and they're playing aggressive, and we've got a good following is one of the things I'm most impressed with is our fans are really getting behind the teams, and our teams are giving them something to, you know, to come and watch.
At the line, Nisha Moore, number 45. Averaging 13 points as a free throw shooter, hitting 58% and misses a first. Michael, what's happening here at Seguin? What rounds out February now that January has gone by the wayside?
Well, you know, it's lots of things are going on at Seguin, and most thing is that we're really trying to continue to focus academically. Our kids are doing a great job, our staff's doing a great job, and we're just kind of trying to trudge it and get through that winter break and getting back and getting the kids acclimated. And so, you know, things are going really well.
On the girls' side, Michael, a big win a couple of weeks ago. The school picked up win number 200 on the girls' side. That's pretty good for a school that just opened up in 2002.
It's real good, and Coach Phillips has done an excellent job. You know, you look at the floor right now, and we've got 2 freshmen that are out there. You got 1 senior and a couple of sophomores, and the things are just you know, continuing to look up for Seguin girls basketball.
Anisha Tate missed a 3. Nisha Moore with a drive, That went in and out, and here's Andra Stovall to take. Can she save it? And runs out of room. I guess one of the big questions, Michael, is after realignment, do you expect Seguin to stay 4A again?
Well, I think we will. There's been a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen. I saw a couple of articles in the Dallas paper about what could be and what couldn't be, but I think that we're going to be 4A. I mean, with the numbers that we turned in, and I think more so not with the numbers that we've turned in, but the larger numbers of the schools that are around us. And so I think we'll be 4A.
The AISD has never been healthier, and the reason why I bring this up, Michael, and you mentioned Dallas, they're going to close 11 schools. That's not good. As an administrator, you got to feel for the young kids.
You do, and what we've got to continue to understand, though, is that the kids have more resolve than anyone that's involved in these budget situations. The kids are just going to bounce back. They're going to do the right thing. Too many times, you know, the districts are in situations and the states put us in this situation, and upper administration's got a very tough job. I mean, their job, I mean, you think running a school is tough. Try running a district with the handcuffs that they're putting on the district financially. So,
well, I got to ask you about the Seguin Nation. That's really got the student excited here this year. Tell me about that and all the T-shirts you see.
Oh, you know, it's it just kind of birthed out of nowhere. Coach Lynn was talking about, you know, what we needed to do to continue to get the school spirit going, and I'm all about what these kids want and about what the community wants. And Seguin Nation came on about a month ago, and it's just a spirit group, and we are all about showing up and being a force for our basketball team, for all of the things that are going on at Seguin. I was looking at the calendar today, and Seguin Nation has got an event tonight here with basketball, and they've got the Wiz play that's coming up on Saturday, and Seguin Nation will be there. So anything that Seguin High School is involved in, the Seguin Nation will be there.
Carlos doesn't take no for an answer, does he?
He does not. He does not.
It is 12-8, Lady Cougars on top by 4. Regular season has just about a couple of games left. And then, Michael, you look ahead to the postseason. You got the spring sports just any day now with baseball about ready to start, soccer already underway. So you see some of those T-shirts.
Yeah, the Seguin Nation, they're in full effect. It's funny, we were at Everman on Friday night, I believe, and I was standing and watching the game, and the Everman crowd was really getting into it, and I looked around, and there it was, the Seguin Nation just chanting and going on, and a couple of parents grabbed me and said, hey, where's the rest of the nation? And by the time they said that, you know, it was about 15 or 20 more. Just the black T-shirts came in and just took over the place. And so there they are right there. Some of the football players having a great time. You know, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about.
That's kind of got a little bit of a L.A. Clipper look from a couple of years ago.
It does. It does. It's Jordan, one of our football players. He has a good time with it. He really has a good time with it.
Everything pretty healthy as far as the administration here. Not many changes the last year or so.
No, we hadn't had many changes here on the campus administration. People are just coming to work and grinding it and doing their thing, supporting kids, supporting teachers, supporting parents, and you know, just having a good time. I read an article in the paper yesterday where the AISD board and upper administration met with 18 high school students about the strategic plan, and I submitted or sent three students from Seguin to serve on the committee, and the experiences in high school that the students talked about was just kind of what this Seguin Nation thing is all about. This relationship that they get in high school and the whole high school experience. And so no, don't get me wrong. We're all about academics, but it's more to what we have than just beating the books. We have to give the kids something to enjoy coming to school for every day.
This is kind of a long day for you with a basketball game. Well, 2 games when your day starts 7 o'clock or earlier, but you don't mind when you get that electric positive energy feedback, do you?
Not at all. You know, I get here most days 6:30. I've got to get 30 to 45 minutes to myself before if the first bus arrives. But this is a part of being in high school. They're 18, 20-hour days or nothing. That's what it is.
They're nothing?
Well, they're normal. I'll put it like that. Yeah.
Dwanisha Tate trying to get the tip in. Another follow-up by Jefferson. And a whistle underneath. Foul situation now. Crowley has just picked up team foul number 6. Or team foul number 5. And it puts Allery Mays at the line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
Oh, that's right. The young man that won the BMW.
Mark Martinez.
Last year.
Yeah. It's crazy. This guy's a sophomore, or he actually wins a BMW as a freshman, and he's there at the board meeting, and we actually have 2 students from Seguin that are eligible to draw, and Mark's Keith starts the car, and he's 14 years old. He doesn't even have a driver's license.
The good news is he won the car. The bad news, he's 14 and a half years old.
I mean, he couldn't even drive it. And we had our first spring pep rally a couple of weeks ago, and the BMW for the 2012 year, central office sent that out, and it was here on campus, and Mark got to show his off right next to the one that's being up for a student to win this coming year. So
Andra Stovall hits a 3. Here's a handoff underneath. And number 30, McBean, gets her first bucket for Crowley. It is 18-10. Lady Cougars leading by 8.
I'm really loving the style that our girls are playing. They're really aggressive with it, and this is something that Coach Phillips has said she's been working on. And
yeah, they push it up court.
Yeah, they do.
With pretty good regularity.
They do.
Chase down the loose ball, Stovall. You got a chance to win 24 games heading into the playoffs.
This is an awesome feat. It's an awesome feat.
Through the hands of Stovall. You won 21 games last year. You get to know some of these kids pretty regularly when you have games and see them in the hallway before the games at night and talk to them.
I do. I'm always out and about. I've got a mindset as an administrator. I do people in the day and paper at night. You'll catch me here late at night doing that paperwork that comes along with being a high school principal. But in the daytime, I'm out being with kids, being with teachers, and just, again, giving the kids that high school experience that they need. I think there's nothing more important to kids and teachers and parents and to see, visually see the administration and out and supporting the kids. So.
Burton missing one up top, the freshman, now controls it again, fires it over to Stovall. 2:54 left in the first half. Underneath, open is Mays.
Allery Mays, a freshman.
9 points for the freshman. It is 20-10. They're beginning to pull away right now in the kind of game that Courtney Phillips likes. All the AISD schools this spring will hold graduation ceremonies at College Park on the UTA campus, the multi-purpose arena. That's got to be exciting.
That is going to be very exciting. I haven't seen it in person. I was on UTA's campus for a function, the MLK banquet celebration. I kind of looked at it. It's going to be a very nice facility. I think our district has some opportunities to go and visit the facility here in the coming weeks, and I'm very excited about that. From what I'm looking at the pictures online and in the paper, that is going to be an awesome venue.
I'll tell you, Michael, it's better than what Baylor has, what SMU has, and what TCU has already, hands down.
Wow.
Somebody said it's better than the Irwin Center in Austin.
Wow.
I mean, only because it's a little smaller and the seats are better.
Well, and you know that it looks that way. You know, you'll see a picture and you can't really get the really feeling of it, but it looks like it's going to be a very nice venue.
All right, Michael, thanks for stopping by.
I appreciate the time. Thank you, guys.
All right, Michael Hill, the principal here at Seguin. As we come back, Seguin controls it with 2:12 to go in the half. Dwanisha Tate and goes inside as Stovall goes up and is pushed down hard by Maroney. And that is the 5th team foul. Each team now with 5. And a shooting foul upcoming for Andra Stovall, coming off a 14-point game, hitting 64% from the line. She averages 7 points a game, and the first one rims out. Sends up the second and misses. Rebound collected by Regina McBean. Intercepted in the paint. Burton hands it off to Stovall. Gets a better look. May have been deflected. Trying to save it underneath is Jefferson. And it'll belong to Crowley with 1:45 left. Head coach Rhonda Jackson going to bring in Haley Gresham, number 15, who started as a sophomore, and Michaela Williams, number 25. 20-10. Lady Cougs have doubled up on Crowley. Again, they won the first game, and they led that first game at half by 5. And a hard hit, Allery Mays. Mays hit hard on the left cheek, gets up. Oh, what a collision. And just trying to walk it off and get the vision back. Non-shooting foul, but tell that to Allery Mays. Team foul number 6 on Crowley. Got to be rewarded for something like that. Stovall, top of the key. Each team has hit a 3. Burton. Tate goes up, pulls down the pass, and that one on the floor. It's going to be on number 12, Kennedy Williamson. And that is team foul number 7 and a 1-and-1 for Dwanisha Tate. Junior averaging 7 points, hitting 62% of her free throws. Sends up the first and will have the bonus. It is 21-10. Crowley giving up 40 points a game in district. So Tate, one of 5 juniors, and gets the back half. The lead at 12. Pressure on Moore. Tries to find Williams ahead and batted out of bounds. 74 seconds remain. Bailey Broadnax to play it in. Nisha Moore, who came in averaging 13 points, only has 1. Trying to save it is Williamson. Back into the court of play, and Seguin's Jefferson was there. She finishes off the play. 6 points for Jefferson, 24-10. And getting right back up after she hit the hardwood hard was Gresham. Right in front of Coach Courtney Phillips, Mandy Hayward also over there. Carissa Fleming, sophomore, in for Dwanisha Tate. Batted, and Fleming got the steal. To Burton, back to Fleming. How about that for a handoff? 26-10. And that one on the floor with 38.9 to go in the half. And that's a 7th on Seguin, and now a 1-and-1 for Crowley. Head coach Rhonda Jackson. Nolan Hodges is one of the assistants. He's in the blue blazer across the way. He was at Lamar for a long time with Mark Moore. And the first missed by Moore, so no bonus on the 1-and-1, and a half a minute remaining. Stovall looking for an opening. Now backs it out. Fires it over to Burton. in the corner, in closer yet. Off the glass, Allery Mays, and Mays now in double figures with 11. Off the glass, Nisha Moore with 1 second, and the long attempt falls well short, but Seguin in command at halftime. The Lady Cougars leading Crowley 28-12. And welcome back to Seguin. It is 28-12, all Lady Cougars here as we get set to play half number 2, and Bailey Broadnax to play it in for Crowley as they go from right to left. Again, they are 6-5 in the district and coming off a loss to Summit, 66-21. And before that, a 3-point loss to Everman. First shot taken underneath by Williamson. Out of bounds, and here's the first possession for Seguin. Dwanisha Tate, who had a couple of points, and she hands it off to Andra Stovall, who had the only 3-pointer for Seguin in the first half. D. Tate. And gives it to McGowan. She gets rid of it over to Stovall. Open, nice pass, and Tate finishes off. Got it from Fleming. Carissa Fleming on the handoff, and Dwanisha Tate converts underneath. It is 30-12. This one broken up, run down by Nisha Moore. Moore now crosses over, trying to get away from McGowan. And the push and the block. Seguin outscoring Crowley 18-7 in that second quarter. And Broadnax, the tallest player for Crowley, gets it into Moore. Nisha Moore behind Broadnax. Turns from 15, misses. And off of the foot of Crowley's number 15, Haley Gresham. So possession number 2 in the second half for Seguin. Lady Cougs, after tonight, could find themselves in a 2-way tie with Granbury for second place. They close out the season at Burleson on February 7th. And then the postseason for Seguin. Last year they beat Killeen, Trimble Tech, lost in the third round to Waco Midway. And it comes and grabbed by Tiana Jefferson. And she'll take it in herself and miss. Jefferson got around number 15, Gresham. Moore throws it up. Broadnax able to make the save. Back to Moore. Off the drive, left of the lane, off balance shot, not even close. And they dive and they grab it, and the possession arrow says Seguin. Jasmine Bailey, number 22, in for the guard, Haley Gresham. Allery Mays had 11 points in that first half. This is Stovall. She goes up and is blocked by Broadnax, and on the other side by Moore. Got her a little bit too hard in the act of shooting. Or not in the act of shooting. They'll play it back in. It'll be Stovall, team foul number 1 on the Lady Panthers. Andra Stovall gets it quickly to Burton. A no-look pass to Fleming. Not there underneath. Well, look at the way the defense just extends, and it's not easy for opponents to drive and just get to half court on Seguin. Number 5, Erin Edwards, 5'9" junior guard, gives Carissa Fleming a rest. Nisha Moore stops, delivers in the corner to Williamson. That is her second 3. Kennedy Williamson, junior. 30-7. 26-15. And a push more as Stovall tried to take her inside. Second team foul. Well, you can tell how good a shape these girls are in. This is the 31st game of the year. And they just play all out hard every game. That one off. And team foul number 3 on Crowley. Akira Maddox, a sophomore, in for the first time. Moore hadn't done much, just 3 points, and Rhonda Jackson going to sit her down. Stovall, the drive, the handoff, trying to save it as Jefferson, and the heel just went over the sideline. Couldn't keep it in bounds. In trouble, big trouble, Maddox. Thought there's going to be a double dribble. Still can't decide who it is to play it in. Carlos Lynn. In your picture, three-pointer Tate. Dwanisha Tate from the right elbow. Second three-pointer for the Lady Cougs, 33-15. It's a 10-second call. Crowley unable to clear in the allotted 10 seconds. Here's Stovall drifting over to the right side. Is fronted by Bailey. She'll take it inside and use the window, and it hangs on the rim and finally falls. Got a stoppage of play here, and a full timeout has been called. Carlos Lynn in charge of the music tonight. Got a little soft rock. Spence, maybe some smooth jazz. Our football coach slash music director tonight at Seguin. Bailey Broadnax dumps it in play. Here's Maddox. Runs into a couple of trees, trying to work it up court, gets it to Williamson. Gets it to Broadnax. And she puts it on the floor and stripped loose of the ball. Jefferson took it away from Broadnax. Crowley may be advised just to hit something from the outside and not try to go inside anymore. And the trip. Jefferson tripped. Team foul number 4. In for Seguin, Katrina Tompkins. There's Nolan Hodges to the right of Rhonda Jackson. Again, Nolan, he did a couple of stints at Lamar with Mark Moore, went to Mansfield and back to Lamar for a while. Broadnax gets the rebound and then is squeezed. Hit by Tompkins on the other side. Team foul number 2 on Seguin. Well, congratulations on the junior high level to the zone champions on the girls' side, Young and Bailey. And the steal. And the layup. And we'll see if the basket counts by McGowan. It does. That gives her 6 points. It is 37-15. Seguin 5 of 10 in the first half in foul shooting. Well, Crowley going to be hard-pressed to get 36 points. That's what they total in the loss in the first meeting. Free throw good, makes it 38-15. Young, the South Zone A zone champions. Bailey, the North A zone champions. on the girls bracket in junior high play. Shackelford and Barnett also in postseason play. Run down by Bailey in the corner. And then here's Seguin the other way, Stovall. It's 3-on-2. They hand off, and McGowan is walloped over the top. So it is 6-team foul. Championship game on the girls bracket at Bowie. 2 p.m. Saturday, February 4th. Bailey and Young have been good all year in the girls' play. First of two is missed by McGowan. Our TV game next week, we're at Martin. No love lost between Lamar and Martin. That one stays in there. And the lead at 24 points. And again, that relentless backcourt pressure and almost another turnover. Is it an over and back? It is not. It went off of Seguin. Maroney got an open player, and that is Williamson. And Williamson, and it falls. 8 points for the junior. Leads all scores for Crowley. 39-17, 3:05 left in the third. Andra Stovall hands it off. A jump pass. Changes possessions. It'll belong to Crowley. Number 50 in its center, Kayla Turner, a junior. Just really haven't been able to do anything tonight against Seguin. Maroney ahead to Turner. Open and missing was Williams. Williams underneath. Dwanisha Tate off the triple team. Off of Crowley. Crowley closes out the season next week at Granbury. Courtney Phillips, again, she'll close out the regular season at Burleson. It's Crowley's ball, and Courtney going to bring in Burton at a guard, the 5'6" freshman. Janice Burton. Crowd starting to build here. On deck, the Cougars and the Panthers. Second meeting between those teams. That one taken away by McGowan. McGowan, and she beat Williamson to the basket. Got a shot off, and it fell. And a basket and one. It is 41-17. Lauren McGowan at the line. One of three freshmen. Courtney starts two freshmen. Completes the three-point play. And they get the steal. Burton to McGowan. 2 minutes left in the third. Tate at the free throw line. Takes the 16-footer off the back iron. Broadnax gets the rebound. Maroney in traffic. Off the hip and turned it over. Jumped up and came back down with it. Side court, Katrina Tompkins averaging 8 points. Burton between the circles. Fleming and a nice pass, and the drive, that is Aaron Edwards. Edwards, team foul number 8. And a two-shotter upcoming for Seguin's number 5. Again, the Lady Cougs come in averaging 56. Seguin Made it to the regional finals in 06 and 09. The 06 team had Allison Hightower, now playing in the WNBA. Misses, rebound Broadnax. Allison had a good career at LSU, and now she's going to play in Israel for a couple of months. Cross court to Maroney. Entry pass behind the back, Turner. And another turnover. Here's Tompkins. Minutes to go in the third. And through the hands of Fleming. And another chance for Crowley. They have scored just 5 points this quarter. Seguin has tallied 15. Maroney gets a little opening. And the junior's first 2 points. With 27 seconds. Burton, trip, just lost her footing, no foul. And got a player shaken up for Crowley. I think that's maybe Williams. And we'll step aside as the trainers come out. Michaela Williams, the injured party, escorted to the bench. So she's out for a while. The senior who came in averaging 7 points a game. Crowley gets it back. And Williamson, it'll be a 3-shot foul. Kennedy Williamson, foul beyond the 3-point arc. So give her 3. Lady Panthers 1 of 3 in the first half in free throw shooting. And 2 more to come. That was team foul number 2 on Seguin. Missed the second. Tiana Jefferson in for Laura McGowan, who may just sit out the rest of the game. Has 11 points. Oh, she missed all 3. Had 3 chances and none of them fell with 7 seconds. Intercepted. Is there time? There is not. We go to the fourth. It's all Seguin on top, 43-19. It'll be Seguin's possession as we begin the fourth quarter at midcourt. Dwanisha Tate to play it in. 7 Lady Cougars accounting for the 43 points. Burton being tracked, the dish off to Edwards. Run down by Jefferson. Courtney Phillips, we've seen Fleming tonight. Here's the drive and the miss by Jefferson, trying to save it, Stovall underneath. But Carissa Fleming up from the JV team, sophomore with a couple of points tonight. May see some more action. Nisha Moore back in the game for Crowley, number 45. And now we're going to have to help Michaela Williams. She's not going to play anymore tonight. Williams started to come back on, and she took that hard hit right before the end of the third quarter and is in a little bit of pain right now. So her night's done. Maroney and the pass to Williamson, and no basket, or was it? Broadnax. It counts. No travel. Thought she may have taken an extra step, but the basket goes. It's 43-21. Bailey Broadnax. And a chance for a 3-point play. Lane violation on Seguin. One more chance. Well, that's got a lot of height. Hit hard on the back iron. Tate, I think the pass was intended for Jefferson, but Tate got to it first. It was 28-12 Seguin at halftime. And it spins in for Tiana Jefferson. 8 points for the junior. 45-21. Crowley 9-12 on the year. Seguin 22-8. Baseline Broadnax, and is hit hard from behind by Tate. Could have let that go sometimes. But they got the foul, and Bailey Broadnax back at the line. Wide left. Crowley only a 52% free throw shooting team. Bounces, and stays out. But they get the rebound. Williamson got it. And she'll take the three. Trying to hit her third three, misses. Rebound Broadnax. Maroney, and she slid the left foot. Couldn't put on the brakes. In front of the Lady Panther bench, it'll be Dwanisha Tate to inbound. And Tate on the drive and the contact. Well, that fourth place team in District 7, it could be Crowley, it could be Everman. Either one of those two will be the fourth place team from 7-4A. Dwanisha Tate, that was ugly. He didn't like it at all. 2 for 3 from the line, 7 points for the junior. Came in averaging 7. As a foul shooter, hitting just under 63%. Loads up again. And for the second time, the Lady Cougs lead by 25. Open left side, Williamson. That hit the side of the glass. She was there and just missed the shot. McBean back in, number 30 for Crowley. Open, but Edwards couldn't save it. Haley Gresham back in with a guard for McBean. And they'll do it again. Slapped out of bounds by Tate. Broadnax, and Maroney is there in trouble. Back to Broadnax. Picks up the dribble, flips it ahead to Gresham. Open outside, now closer to Moore. And was pinned to the floor. Team foul number 5 on Seguin. Kennedy Williamson underneath the goal. And Moore gets an opening and misses. Trying to take it away. This is Fleming, or Edwards. Back the safe pass to Stovall. 5:40 left in the game. It is all Seguin. 46-21. Look at the move on the drive by Stovall. And was arm blocked out of bounds. And that is the 10th team foul Andra Stovall at the line. Scored 14 points in her last game. And we'll have one more. On its way and in there. She bags her 6th point, 47-21. Getting tired of these whistles. 5:34 left in the game. Don't like to hear that sound. 26 points to the good. I know you don't want to put on shoulder pads and have all-out contact, but let's speed it up. Tripped. Here's Seguin the other way. Dwanisha Tate couldn't save it off the right knee. 5:21 to play. Bailey Broadnax, number 00, and a bounce pass. Deflected, trying to get the steal is Edwards. And now one of the officials has come over to the scorer's table. Stops play immediately. No, someone inadvertently just came in and didn't check into the scorer's table or not. It's the 7th foul, and there will be no 1-and-1. Okay. Crowley gets it back, and now the interception by Tate. Lead pass to Burton. And the double dribble on Burton. Here's Moore. Gets it in the front court, still controls it somehow. Deflected to Broadnax. Over to Williamson, back into Broadnax. She goes up and is hit over the top by Edwards. I kind of feel like I'm driving a stick shift and using the clutch. I want to put it in cruise control and get this final 4:47 done. Broadnax will have 2. 7 points for the sophomore. 47-22. Seguin going to go to 9-3 in the district. The long pass, Stovall waiting for it and blocked out of bounds by Maroney. Courtney Phillips going to try to get Allery Mays back in. And the deep pass to Edwards. She'll take the 3. Oh, she's fouled at the 3-point stripe. She'll have 3. Maroney couldn't hold up. And 3 free throws upcoming for Aaron Edwards. Each team now has had a shooter foul while taking a 3. It stays 47-22. And the second of 3. That dips in and out. And here's Allery Mays in for Burton. And Crowley going to bring on Jasmine Bailey. So the third time And Edwards makes good on the third free throw. 48-22. This should be an easy one, and it is for Gresham. Haley Gresham, sophomore's first two. No problem for Stovall. Her 8th point and a half 100. Might as well take the shot, and Bailey passes it up. 4 minutes to go in the game. That's why they should have taken it, because you're forced deeper in the travel. They can't handle it. So Seguin. Oh, that foul came 70 feet away from the goal. I'd take her out of the game just for that. You don't want to have any kind of contact 70 feet away from the ball. You're down by 26 points. Kind of slap and grab, and she goes to the bench. And Andra Stovall at the line. That's number 5. So Brianna Maroney will have a Coke and a smile. She's done. And Stovall connects on the first of 2. 51-24. And the second free toss spins away. Moore, that's a nice drive. That's her best drive of the game. Nisha Moore, the junior, with 5 points. But Seguin just going to add some cosmetic points for the final 3:27. They'll go to 23-8. Well, they keep giving Stovall the lane, and she keeps driving the lane. And now Stovall collides with Maddox at midcourt. And a timeout with 3:16 to go in the game. And we're back across the way. Bailey Broadnax, and can't get it in bounds. Nisha Moore slipped, lost possession of it, gives it right back to Seguin. Leading by a quarter. Stovall. Shovel pass deflected, trying to get it to Jefferson. They get it back. And Jefferson picks it up. Wrestles it away from Moore. Up, Mays. And Mays is hurt. Mays going to have to stop play here if they can't change possessions. They miss another chance, and that one goes in for Bailey. Well, Mays is back up. I thought she was going to stay down, but Courtney Phillips now with a chance to take her out of the game, and the timeout with 2:27 to play. As we come back to play, it's Andra Stovall. Mallory Mays helped to the bench, and trying to step through a couple of pair of legs is Dwanisha Tate. There's the varsity members of this year's Seguin squad. Well, Tate trying to loosen, or Mays trying to get the feeling back after going down hard. And now we'll go to the running area and try to maybe come back in the game. 52-28. Dwanisha Tate. One more free throw. And here she comes back in, Allery Mays. She has 11 points. Tiana Jefferson comes out with 8 points. They steer it over to Gresham. This is McBean outside, and that's the way you shoot it. Bailey, Jasmine Bailey connects from just inside the three-point arc. 53-30. Open, overshooting is Fleming. Minute 40 to go. Almost dragged the foot and turned it over, Bailey. Couldn't handle the pass, Maddox. And Allery Mays commits the foul and sends Crowley to the free throw line. Anisha Tate finishes the game with 10 points. Maddox misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Rebound and the hook shot, Turner. Off the bench, Kayla Turner, the junior. 53-32. Crowley will fall to 6-6 in the district, 9-13 on the year. Underneath in the nice block. And then Edwards got it back. And you know what's going to happen there. Seguin was in the 60s 2 of the last 3 games. Put 68 on the board against Cleveland. Free shot good for Erin Edwards. She's got 3 points. Dwanisha Tate and Allery Mays have combined for 21. Here's Mays underneath. And kicks it out of bounds with 63 seconds to play. Maddox across midcourt. If they can get a shot off, that one through the legs of Turner, but last touched by Seguin. Kiera Maddox, sophomore. Looking in the deep toss to Bailey. Too far out to fire the rock, puts it on the floor. Not there for Gresham with 27 seconds to play. Baseline left. That was Mays trying to add to her total with 14 seconds to play. Turner off the window, her 4 points, and probably the last points of the game for Crowley with 2 seconds. Off the wall and let it go with .1. Seguin wins by 20. They put 26 points on the board in the second half. Crowley put 22 up. Not much time left, just 1/10 of a second, and that'll end it on the inbounds touch. As Seguin takes both games this year from Crowley, and they go to 9-3 in the district. Allery Mays with 11 points. Dwanisha Tate had 10. Andra Stovall had 9. Courtney Phillips wins game number 23 as the Lady Cougs dispose of Crowley by a final score of 54-34. We break and back with a boys varsity game. And we're back at Seguin High School, this District 7 4A matchup. The Cougars of Seguin and the Eagles of Crowley. They're meeting for the second time this year. Seguin won the first meeting quite handily back in early January, 53-39. Seguin leading District 7 4A, Summit, Everman, and Crowley. And a log jam behind Seguin. The Cougars can take a big step towards winning the district with a victory tonight over Crowley. Eagles starred Hemphill, Wilson, Cook, Ray, and Manning. 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore. Crowley 17-7 on the year. And they're coached by Alfred Jones. They averaged 53 points in district. There's Seguin's head coach, Bobby Thigpen. The Cougars are 23-5. They average 69 points a game. Boulware, Frazier, Parrish, Wesley, and Downs. Downs, the only senior in this starting 5, is averaging 13 points a game. And Seguin, an outstanding percentage from the field this year, hitting close to 50% of their shots. Just a shade under 49%. Cougars won the district title back in '06. And the first half has been their breakout half as they have outscored their opponents 1,017 to 697 in the first half. In other words, if you're going to catch Seguin, you better do it in the first half this year. This is their 29th game of the year. For Crowley, it is game number 25. We're back with a tip-off right after this. And we're back. John Nelson, our AISD production crew, on hand at Seguin High School. The Cougars and the Panthers. Kelvin Downs at 6'9" in the jump circle for Seguin. And for Crowley, it's 6'7" Kyle Wilson. And a hard run down. That ball was slapped about 40 feet in the backcourt. And Crowley working from right to left here in the first half. Byron Cook and the handoff to DeAndre Ray. Up high to Wilson. Wilson turns, comes down, and turns it over. A lot of shoving as he was really bracketed in the first offensive possession for Seguin. The Cougars last year were 13-20. They finished 7-7 in the district. They made the playoffs. They beat Killeen and then lost to Fort Worth Southwest by a point in the second round last year. And here they are, 23-5. They're ranked 10th in the state in Class 4A. Boulware leaves it outside to Frazier. And that one over the lid as Downs took the shot. Or not Downs, 22, Gary Wesley. Wesley, a junior. Crowley has some height. They've got 6'7" Kyle Wilson. And they can bring in 6'4" LaTron Manning. The handoff to Ray. DeAndre Ray misses, and a nice rebound up high. Manning. Outside, trying to get it closer. The reverse layup. DeAndre Ray. Ray coming off 20 points his last game. Crowley losing to Summit 47-46 in their last district game. And before that, they beat Everman by 6. They beat Burleson by 20. Second possession for Seguin. Chris Boulware. The drive, the finger roll. Rim interference, no basket. Gary Wesley should have let it go. And Byron Cook. Inbounds to Manning, LaTron Manning. Manning goes left hand, and the jam, DeAndre Ray. It's a 4-0 Crowley start. Marcus Frazier averaging 7 points. Kelvin Downs is averaging 13. Gary Wesley averaging 14. And then you throw in Brand Parrish also averaging 14 points a game. Open. Frazier. Not there. Ahead to Hemphill. Turns, working on Boulware. Gets it up high. This is Kyle Wilson. Left it on the floor. And getting it back briefly. It's kicked around in the over and back. It'll belong to Seguin. Good crowd, a boisterous crowd on hand. And a great turnout for Crowley. They made the short drive. Seguin across the way. There's Bobby Thigpen, 5th year. He was over at Bowie for 10 years. Eric Wright. And the lob, and Wesley has it stripped. It'll belong to Crowley. Defensively, Seguin giving up 43 points. And again, they are 8-1, leading District 7 4A. The bounce pass comes into Byron Cook. Cook guarded by Frazier. Looking for Manning. Cook shoves it outside. Here's Ray. DeAndre Ray will try a three. The rebound controlled by Kelvin Downs. Boulware to Downs. Downs opens, shoots, and scores. Kelvin Downs had 19 points his last game. Downs averaging 13. He's 6'9". He's also averaging 10 rebounds. It is 4-2 Crowley on top. That one on the floor. It was Manning on the drive. And the game's first foul. There's the Seguin. There's the Cougar Nation across the way. It's one of the bigger crowds I've seen for a Seguin boys game in a while. Reaching in, taking it away is Frazier. To the floor, the tie-up. It'll belong to Seguin. And a timeout taken, 3:56 to go. In this first quarter, Crowley on top, 4-2. Last year, Seguin, as we said, won 13 games, but 7 of those were in district and good enough to make the playoffs. Seguin opened up district play this year, defeating Joshua. They scored 100 points against the Owls. First district game of the year, beat Joshua 100-39. Their only loss is to Everman, and that was by 2 points. So Crowley to inbound, looking for Ray. They give it on the wing to Hemphill. Hemphill being chased by Boulware. The handoff to Manning. Manning backs it out on Eric Wright. Takes Wright to the lane. The bounce pass. Chance for Seguin to take the lead. Chris Boulware in the corner for a three. Parrish misses. Parrish has made the most threes this year for the Cougars. He's got 34. Byron Cook to Ray. The jump pass to Manning. Back to Ray. Minute to go in the first. In the corner, open. And a three-point attempt missed by Latron Manning. A total of just 11 points here in the first quarter. And again, another chance for Seguin to take the lead. Marcus Frazier, tip off of the hands of Downs. Picked up by Manning. And the alley-oop. DeAndre Ray jumped, but the pass a little behind him. And a reprieve for Seguin. Gary Wesley, number 22, back on the floor. And they'll give it to Chris Boulware. Eric Wright. Wright misses from 21. 8 seconds on the floor, picked up. And Parrish is grabbed from the front and also from the side. 6 seconds to go, and Seguin at the free throw line. And a chance to take the lead, Brand Parrish. That ties it. That last foul was on Demyron Robinson, number 5. Keto Harper in. Seguin leads by 1 with 2 seconds. It's Harper, and Harper launches one from about 30 feet. And that is the end of the first quarter, a fast-paced first period. It is Seguin 7, Crowley 6. We begin the second quarter. And Seguin, that one, the pass a little bit too tall for Kelvin Downs, and he's 6'9". Seguin begins the second period with a turnover. And underneath, number 5, Demyron Robinson scores. Another lead change, 8-7. Chris Boulware, and the junior, drives, leaves it outside for Wright. Eric Wright, cross court to Boulware, looking for Downs. Wright, and he throws it away. That one behind Downs at the top of the key. Seguin comes in, as we said, hitting 48% from the field. As a three-point shooting team at 32%. That is a very good percentage in three-pointers, but they like to pack it inside. Here's Cook, he spins, gets it outside. Recovery, almost another rebound for Robinson. Parrish in the front court, he spins, goes up, and is hit from behind by Cook. Team foul number 4 on Crowley. And Brand Parrish at the line for the Cougs. Couple of chances and another tie. Back in at a guard, DeAndre Ray at 6'5". Parrish averaging 14 points. And the junior's hitting almost 70% from the line. Bounces, and it went off the top of the glass, hit the left part of the rim, and went through. 9-8, and a steal, and Wright will go to the line. At the line, number 13, Eric Wright. Hitting 64%. Tosses up the first and bags it. Seguin next week will have games against Burleson and Summit. It misses. And the rebound controlled by Demyron Robinson. DeAndre Ray. And in the game, number 30, Xavier Jones. Jones is a senior at 6'2". This is Cook. Gets it over. Handoff. And then Cook between the legs. He starts a drive. He stops. Gets the return pass in the corner. That's Robinson in the corner. And Cook. Robinson. And that'll stop it as Crowley, all that time, all that passing, and not able to take a shot. (10-8) as Seguin nurses a 2-point lead. Chris Boulware, cross court to right. This is Parrish. Behind the back, Wesley. He turns it over. DeAndre Ray. And the driving layup missed by Byron Cook. Right in the front court. He goes underneath, or tries to go underneath, and is blocked. Team foul number 6 upcoming for Crowley. This one is on number 11, who has to be held up, DeAndre Ray. And it puts Eric Wright at the stripe where he is 1 of 2. Wright lands the first. Kyle Wilson at 6'7". Back into the forward. And a chance to lead by 4. And they do. Seguin fell behind early at 4-0, trailed 6-3, now leading by 4. 5:20 to go in the half. Byron Cook, and a timeout taken. We'll step aside. Seguin leading by 4. And we're back at Seguin where the Cougars lead. Crowley 12-8. We're joined by Courtney Phillips. The Lady Cougs tonight knocked off the Lady Panthers by 20. Allery Mays.
She's
shaken up at the last. I thought you were going to sit her out for the rest of the game.
I was going to, but she told me she was ready to go and that she could play, and that's a kid that doesn't like to sit out and watch.
I tell you, Andra Stovall, coach, they gave her the lane. She took it.
She did. She is amazing. She's just a sophomore and all of about 5'2", and that kid, you know, she's not going to take no for an answer. If somebody gives her a spot, she's going to take it.
Erin Edwards, your junior, looked pretty good at times tonight when she got a chance to play.
She did a really good job. She's coming off of a concussion. She just came back for the last game against Everman. We kind of eased her in there, and she did. She did a really good job for us tonight.
Well, Courtney, you're now 9-3. What's your mindset heading into the last 2 games of the year? What are you thinking about right now?
We need to win both of them. We would like to be, we can't win first, but we want to be runner-up and go out second going into the playoffs. But we got a tough road. We got to knock off Granbury Friday. They beat us by 4 at Granbury earlier in the season. And then, of course, we've got to go to Burleson next Tuesday. Those are our last 2 regular season games.
Here's a handoff, and completing the play, Kyle Wilson. What did you do? You took Crowley really out of the game in the first half. The half-court press was tremendous. They had trouble getting it across to the spot they wanted to, especially around the mid-court area, but you really extended the defense and just took them out of the game early.
That's what we try to do. We're hoping that our defense speaks, you know, volumes. We're always going to do a really good job defensively, and we're hoping that our defense is our offense.
There's a reach around grab. I believe we'll get Boulware on the hold, or Frazier on the hold, and they do. Team foul number 4 on Seguin. And a non-shooting foul. 6'5" DeAndre Ray will play it in underneath and to the left of the Cougar goal. He's fronted by Brand Parrish at 6'4". Ray looking short. The bounce pass to Manning. He'll shoot. He'll overshoot it. And grabbed underneath by Wesley. Ahead to Frazier. Frazier, he misses, and the follow-up, number 11, Brand Parrish. What about the guys this year, Courtney? What do you like about this team?
They are fun to watch. They are quick, they have size, and they've really kept their heads amongst themselves. You know, they haven't tried to, you know, get the big head, being ranked and doing really well early in the season. I think that's kept them grounded. I think they've done a really good job and are continuing to work hard and continue trying to get better.
Stopping is Manning, and he throws it away. He thought that Wilson was going to stay set and threw it out of bounds. Checking into the guard is Richard Holden. What do the girls see in this kind of game, Courtney, that they can maybe use for the rest of the year when they see the guys play at this level? I mean, you can only play what you have, but
yeah, exactly.
What do you see?
They've got so much. They've got so much height that we don't have. But I think both groups just work really hard. You know, we're all out there. We support each other. The girls support them. The boys support us. And really, I just think it's learning to be a team of Seguin more than anything else.
Downs gets it back and uses the window, averaging 13 points, and the Cougs lead by 6 with 2:46 to go in the half. Cook, top of the key. DeAndre Ray leaves it outside. Now Manning gets rid of it. Here's Cook, trying to spin free of Boulware. Cook spins, does a 360, puts up a shot, maybe a little ill-advised, and last touch off of one of the Cougars. Might have gone off of Parrish. 2:26 to go in the half. And head coach Alfred Jones, see if he can get him in time. Demyron Robinson. Robinson 6'5". And Latron Manning to inbound. The alley-oop, and Ray, nobody really thought he'd explode to the rim like that, Coach.
Wow.
That's just one-on-one and wanting to.
Exactly, wow.
That's his second slam. Just exploded the net. It's 16-12. I think they've done that before, Coach.
Yeah, I think so.
Boulware tries to hand it off and is stopped in motion. Team foul number 7. That's a 1-on-1 now. And Chris Boulware at the line. Chris, as a free throw shooter, hitting 70%. Coach Jones thought he thought more of a slip down, but it is a foul, and here's Boulware. He'll line up a second. And the Cougars leading by 5. And Boulware misses the second. It tipped. It's still up for grabs and controlled by Manning. And now he kicks it away. With 2 minutes, they dive. And the possession. With 2 minutes to play, the possession arrow pointing towards the favor of Crowley. Who's playing soccer tonight, Coach, or is a game?
Yes, our girls soccer team played tonight. I'm trying to think who they played. Unfortunately, lost 4-0, but I don't remember who the opponent was.
They got to be loving this weather. I mean, the soccer players got to be liking this.
Sure. With the exception of last week, with all that rain, we were stuck inside for a few days. And our boys had Lamar tonight away, and I haven't heard how they did.
Manning tried to take it baseline and draws the foul. Team foul number 5 on Seguin. Trying to determine if he was in the act of shooting. Was not. And Manning will inbound. Seguin leading by 5. Looking, and the bounce pass comes to number 5, Robinson. They go outside, they miss. And Downs has it at the top of the key. Turning, Wesley. Gary Wesley, averaging 14. It is 19-12. A little daylight now. 7-point cushion. Around 1, Cook lets it fly, not there. Rebound controlled by Wilson. Didn't even have to jump, just reached up and controlled it. And now the foul on Seguin. And at the line, number 3, Kyle Wilson. Seguin by 7. And one more. If you go on ahead and finish in second place, you played, was it Killeen last year in the first round? Would you match up with that district?
We would match up with their number 3, which they're kind of like us. They could finish separate right now. As of tonight, Stephenville's in first, Killeen's in second, and Waco High is in third. Midway's in fourth. So we would, if we finish second, we would actually match up with Waco High if we played tonight.
Okay.
But yes, good possibility we would see Killeen again.
Seguin by 6, slipping as Parrish regains his balance. And off of Crowley's DeAndre Ray. I'll tell you what, Coach, your girls are in shape. I mean, you really run the floor and don't look winded at all. I know they kind of are, but
exactly.
I mean, but they look in pretty good
shape. And to have
shape.
only 8 out there, I mean, it's tough, you know.
Right.
So, but they do. They work really hard, and they are in shape. That is for sure.
Under 40 seconds from the outside. Frazier, it's a 3. Marcus Frazier coming off an 11-point game and a 9-point cushion for the Cougars. 25 seconds left in the half. Here's Manning in the front court. Gets it to Ray. Ray with an acrobatic move and then the tip in. With 10 seconds. And Frazier trying to locate Wesley underneath. And Crowley will have time with 7 seconds. It's picked up and collected by Cook with 4 seconds behind the back. From the dotted line with his back to the glass. With his back to the glass, he scores, just throws it up. You like those, Coach? When they go, they go.
Wow.
All right, Courtney, thanks.
Two extremely athletic teams out here.
They are. It's halftime. Seguin leading Crowley 22-17. And we're back. Getting ready for the start of half number 2. Seguin led by as many as 9. They get the ball first in the second half. Eric Wright as the Cougs operate from right to left. Seguin has won 7 in a row. And again, Crowley coming off a loss to Summit by 1. Out of bounds off of the wall. Last touched by Kyle Wilson. And Calvin Downs to inbound. Slides over a couple of feet. A pump fake to Wesley. And then here is Wesley taking a shot. He misses. And Kyle Wilson gets the loose ball. First possession for Crowley in the second half. And rejection Wesley. Gary Wesley at 6'7". It was 6-foot Devontae Hemphill that took the shot, attempted the shot, and then on the other end, Wesley misses from about 17. So nothing lost by Crowley's turnover. LeTron Manning Dumps it off to Cook. He'll send it back to Manning. Crowley jumped out to a 4-0 lead, led 6-3. Couple of ties. Turning, jumping, and missing on the baby hook is Wilson. As it goes over the line off of Seguin. And LaTron Manning, senior, to play it in. And the deep pass as Cook has to go all the way back to retrieve it. Crowley has 5 seniors, pretty good mix of juniors and seniors this year. Nice jumper, a softie, Devontae Hemphill. His first bucket. It's 22-19. Seguin won the first meeting by 14 back on January 7th. And again, their only loss to Everman, 2 points. Downs, he draws a crowd every game. The alley-oop, and Wesley just missed it. And then the follow-up, Eric Wright. And Seguin on top by 5. Byron Cook, guarded by Frazier, takes him to the left of the lane, stops, gets it outside, and then the three-pointer is pumped in by LaTron Manning. We'll keep it here, timeout, or substitution, Crowley. Manning with a 3, it's the game's second. Marcus Frazier has the only 3 for Seguin, and they work on Wilson. They have cramped up. Wright trying to lob it down low to Downs. And the turnover. Downs, 4 points in the half. Open. And number 5, Demyron Robinson, got behind the defenders. He missed the shot, but was fouled after the attempt, and will have to earn these 2 from the line. Demyron Robinson, 6'5" junior. Crowley, 1 of 3 in foul shooting the first half. And now the lead at 1. Brand Parrish, who does shoot the threes for Seguin, in the lineup now. And Robinson throws down the second. And we start over at 24. Crowley has made up that 9-point setback. Marcus Frazier pushes it up court. He's collected by Cook. Takes him to the right side. Outside to Parrish. Off the dribble. Boulware. He goes low, and there's the first foul of the second half on Crowley. It was on the floor. Kelvin Downs to inbound. Lobs it up to Wesley. Back to Downs. Turns, finds an opening. Downs, who will play at Arkansas State. That's where he is signed. Had 19 points his last game. He's got 75 blocks this year, leading the district in blocks. Outside they go, and that one over the top of the glass. It was Devontae Hemphill that launched it. 26-24, Seguin on top. Checking out is Robinson. Back in, Kyle Wilson. Apparently okay to get back in the game. And Boulware slips. Cook trying to hook up with Ray. So they give it right back to Seguin. Seguin with a 2-game lead over Everman in the district and could go a long way towards wrapping up a district title tonight. The handoff to Downs, and he walked with it. Oh, well, he's blocked. Took 3 steps, but blocked in the process. And again, Seguin ranked 10th in the state. Another area team, Fort Worth Trimble Tech, ranked 4th. Well, the inbounds pass not there, and Cook makes them pay. 26 all. Here's Frazier to Boulware. Lob feed to Downs, and Downs pushed from behind by Manning. Team foul number 3 on Crowley. In fact, there are some other area teams, Dallas Kimball and Dallas South Oak Cliff, also in the top 10 this week in Class 4A. To Wesley. Jumps, comes down, and grabbed on the elbow. 2 quick fouls in 10 seconds. And this is a shooter. Number 22 at the stripe, Gary Wesley, 6'7" junior, averaging 14 points. As a free throw shooter, hitting 58%, 27-26 Seguin. Cougars, who won a district championship back in '06, they feel that 5 years is enough. They want another one. Hemphill in traffic. He's in trouble. And underhand tosses now back out to Cook. Cook takes it inside and has it blocked by Wesley. Here's a handoff to Wesley. And a throwdown for the junior. And a 4-point Seguin lead. They come in averaging 69 points. Crowley allows 45 in the district. Cougars by 4. 3:13 left in the third. Hemphill gives it up to Ray. Ray goes up and hands it off to Wilson, and then Wilson back inside. Ray's got a dozen points tonight, had 20, and that lost by a point to Summit. Lost twice to Summit, and the combined total 2 points. That's their losses this year, both by a point to Summit. It'll be a 3 if it goes. It doesn't. Parrish overshot it. Frazier trying to get it and saves it underneath, and then knocked out of bounds by Wilson with 2:33 to go in the third. Demyron Robinson, a 6'5" forward, will give Kyle Wilson a breather. Robinson off the bench tonight with 4 points. And Chris Boulware to throw it in. Looking, gets it on the wing to Parrish. Parrish on the baseline in trouble. Lost it. Picked up by Cook, and then Cook at midcourt. And he gives it up. And the turnover, not what Alfred Jones saw. Brand Parrish to play it in. He'll look for Frazier. The fouls here in the second half. Seguin just 1, and the Panthers have racked up 4. Kelton Moore in. Here's Downs. Downs converts his 8 points. (32-28) with 2 minutes. And Moore reaches in, and he got Manning, or enough of Manning to draw the whistle. Bobby Thigpen wants an explanation. He's assisted by Mike Jenkins, Brett Cervantes, and Billy Cunningham over there. All do a good job here at Seguin. They lead by 4, under 2 minutes. Hemphill can't get free. A shot is taken from long range by Cook. He wasn't really sure. 3-on-2. Frazier pulls up and misses. Here's Manning in the front court. Manning with a jump pass outside. And Hemphill, his 4th point. And the Panthers to within a couple. 32-30. Crowley with 13 points this quarter. Seguin with 10. The high dribble, no turnover on Parrish. And the drive by Boulware. And Boulware hit on the way up. And with 1:08 to go, we see Chris Boulware at the line, a 5'9" junior, hitting 70%. Cougars were 9 of 12 in the first half from the stripe, now 9 of 13. Xavier Jones in for Crowley. Richard Holden, a junior, entered a guard for the Cougs. Next week, our TV game originates from Martin. It's the Vikings and the Warriors. North Crowley and Martin in a dead heat. A top district 4-5A. Lamar a couple of games back. That should be a good one. 33-30, our count here. Ray clears it ahead to Manning. Back to Ray. Ray with a nice pass, and then the block by Downs. Hemphill got it back, and now Jones battles hard. Team foul number 2 on Seguin. Xavier Jones, the recipient, and Latron Manning will inbound. Manning looking, the short pass to Ray. Fires it as soon as he got the pass. 14 for the senior. 33-32. Marcus Frazier. On the wing to Kelton Moore. Moore will drive. He has it blocked. And Ray is shaken up. May have jammed his thumb as they quickly come out and attend to the 6'5" senior. We break with Seguin leading by a point. And we're back. Seguin on top by 1. DeAndre Ray got up in a sitting position and was able to walk to the end of the bench. And they'll give it to Latron Manning. As they line up, and there's the whistle, and Manning throws it in to Byron Cook. And now there's a wet spot on the floor. Stoppage of play as they towel up that spot right in front of head coach Bobby Thigpen. 19.7 to go here in the third. And Latron Manning, they'll try to do it again here. And this time in the backcourt, he'll look for Cook. And there is Byron Cook. See if Crowley can take the lead heading into the fourth quarter, or Seguin still in control. Cook with 5 seconds. He lost it. It's picked up. They've got time with 1. It's on the way. It hit the front of the rim. Chris Boulware. They got the steal, and they got a shot off. We go to the fourth. Cougars leading by 1. And we're set to go here in the fourth quarter as Crowley throws it in play. Down by 1. They are 6-3 in district, Seguin, your leader at 8-1. Ray gets the pass, works it inside, and determined to shoot. He was not gonna pass it away. Kyle Wilson. And the 6'7" junior fouled in the act of shooting. He goes to the line. Team foul number 4 on Seguin. A low-scoring, hard-fought one here tonight at the corner of Eden and Silo. 33 apiece. And Wilson bounces it 4 times. Throws it down. He's got 5. And a lead change with 7:38 to play. Again, Seguin has won 7 in a row. Next week, they're at Burleson. And then here to Mansfield Summit. They close out the regular season at Cleburne on Valentine's Day. Downs drives and is hit. And we'll see Kelvin Downs at the line for the first time. Senior averaging 13 points. Again, headed to Arkansas State up in Jonesboro, the far northeast corner of Arkansas, the natural state. Downs connects on the first, hitting 59% from the stripe. Chance to regain the lead here. And the Cougars back on top by 1. They came in averaging 69. Ray heaves it ahead to Cook. And now Parrish comes over and gets Cook. Hemphill, he goes up. A twister is partially blocked. On the run, Frazier. Minute and 6 seconds into the fourth quarter. Frazier working on Hemphill. The bounce pass. And now the dish off to Parrish. Into Wesley. Wesley turns and the hook shot hits the front of the rim. Didn't have enough clearance. Here's Manning. Manning will shoot. It hit the top part of the glass. Marcus Frazier in traffic. He'll drive and score. Frazier takes it all the way. Had 11 points his last game, and the junior with 5, and it gives Seguin a lead of 3. He'll be back next year, one of 7 juniors. A bounce pass in the lane. Wilson misses. Downs gets to Carroll. To Frazier. Tried to alley-oop it to Wesley. Broken up and then off the fingertips of Cook. Had a man in between the ball and Wesley on that alley-oop attempt. Bran Parrish gives it to Downs. Walking over his Boulware. Frazier, nobody on him. He'll take the 3 and over the top of the glass. Picked up, still in play. Cook, and he's pushed. And you kind of want to be careful. That is the 5th team foul. Seguin 1 away from the bonus, and Crowley is 2 away, and we got a full timeout. John Nelson back at Seguin High. Want to congratulate zone winners Bowles and Nichols. in junior high play. Bowles, your zone champs of the South A. Nichols, the North A zone champs. In the boys bracket, the championship game will take place on the 4th at Bowie. Bailey and Owsley also got buys to begin the junior high city championship bracket. Bowles and Nichols hosting the games, and then it moves over to Bowie for the championship. Ray from the corner misses badly. Marcus Frazier ahead to Boulware, trying to get it low to Parrish and broken up. The steal by Crowley. And the bounce pass, trying to do too much with it, was Cook. He tried to get it to Ray. Deflected off a Cougar. It goes out of bounds with 4:43 to play. Devontae Hemphill checks out. DeAndre Ray shaken up earlier this half. 6'5" senior. Quick inbounds pass to Malone. Deion Malone. He misfires. Cougars still lead by 3. Trying to win their 24th game. Frazier down low to Downs. What's he gonna do? Downs still off a dribble. Backing in closer. Finds an opening and overshot it. Downs pushed it too hard. Here's Cook in transition. Gets it to Ray. Ray goes up and is hit by Parrish. And for Seguin, team foul number 6. It puts DeAndre Ray at the line. Ray 0 for 1 in foul shooting. $15 points for the senior. Chance to make it a 1-point game. 37-36 Seguin. Almost halfway through the 4th quarter. Cougars were outscored 15-11 in that 3rd period. Marcus Frazier up high to Downs. Downs, foul line extended right, gets it to Wesley. Wesley goes up, wanted to hand it off and is hit. And there is number 7. So Seguin is in the bonus with 3:48 to play. And down the stretch, this could be huge at the free throw line. Gary Wesley, he's perfect tonight, 2 of 2, and the jinx. There's the miss. Should have kept quiet. 37-36. Cook kicks it away. Lost it. The bounce pass to Frazier. Frazier goes up. He misses. The trail man was Manning. And then the comeback foul. It's going to be on Deion Malone. Number 13, Eric Wright, senior guard. In for Wesley. Brand Parrish at the strike. He misses the front end, but Downs gets a rebound. Wanted to jam it over Ray. No go. Here's Manning. Manning. And he stumbles, and then the contact by Frazier. That is a 7th on Seguin. And Latron Manning at the line, 6'4" senior. It's a 1-and-1. Nothing has been easy tonight for these two teams. Gary Wesley back in. He wasn't on the bench too long. He's got 6 points. Latron Manning. He'll get the bonus. 37 all. And see if the lefty can give the Panthers the lead. Not that way. Down saves it. Big week ahead for not only the AISD, but all the schools with signing day and realignment. And the scramble to get games. Outside for a three. Brand Parrish, that is his 35th three of the year. He's got 11 points. Then the Cougars lead by 3. 2:37 to go. From the free throw line, the fadeaway by Wilson misses. Big possession here. This is huge for Seguin. They lead by 3. Love to make it a 2-possession game. It's Parrish again. The Seguin Nation urging their team on. They lead by 6. The ball handed to Crowley. And thrown in play, caught by Cook. 2:05 left. Seguin trying to win 8 in a row. Oh, it's kicked and off. Right. So Crowley gets it back. They dodge a bullet there. Minute 57 to play. Gary Wesley in for Eric Wright. DeAndre Ray. And hold everything with third official coming in. He kind of wants to separate Wesley and Wilson. Three-pointer, it is taken by Manning. He misses, and then the two-handed save, Kyle Wilson. Wilson with a dunk. And a 4-point game. Brand Parrish has 15 points tonight for Seguin. Minute and a half to play. Frazier. And Ray tightens up the D on Frazier. Right wing to Boulware. Boulware, shovel pass to Downs. Downs open, his 12th point. 45-39. Back to a 2-possession lead. 63 seconds to go. And Frazier on the back of Cook. Team foul number 8 on Seguin. Home white with the Carolina blue trim. Number 5, Demyron Robinson, into the forward. Little height here with 6'5" and 6'7" and 6'4" on the floor for the Panthers. No bonus. Big miss for Cook. Under a minute. And then Ray, there's the 9th team foul. He'll send Boulware to the line. Kyle Wilson in for Robinson as the two coaches play chess. Deion Malone replaces the X-Man, Xavier Jones. And Chris Boulware at the line. And no bonus, he misses. Still a two-possession game. Byron Cook outside for a three. Deposited by Dion Malone. 45-42. Clock continues to run. And did they call timeout? Downs. And they do. Seguin could have been in a little bit of a jam, and they have the presence to take the timeout with a half a minute to play. We checked the book. DeAndre Ray's got 16 points for Crowley. For Seguin, Parrish with 15. Kelvin Downs has 12. So those two have 27 of the 45 points. Seguin, a 20-point winner in their last game over Everman. And trying to win the 9th district game tonight. As we bring them back, it'll be Brand to Parrish at 6:4 to inbound. He's looking. He gets it to Downs. There's the first problem cleared. And then coming back and circling around Frazier and committing the foul is Ashton Adams, number 10 for Crowley. That is the 10th and the double bonus. Well, no substitutions on this free throw. Marcus Frazier, he'll have 2. See if they sub if he makes 1. Misses. Gonna sub anyway. Gonna bring on Wilson. Seguin pulls Gary Wesley. Right now a one-possession game. Trying to make it 2 is Frazier. He does. We break timeout with 25.2 to go. Seguin gonna pull him back defensively as DeAndre Ray inbounds, and he gets the pass back from Malone. 20 seconds to play. Ray with a 20-footer short. Advantage Seguin, a huge advantage Seguin with 15.6 to play. And then the foul in the backcourt and the double bonus upcoming for the Cougars. Bobby Thigpen, Coach Thigpen right now about to go to 9-1 in the district. Marcus Frazier with 6 points at the line. Coming off a game in which he scored 11. Still lead by 4. Won the first meeting by 14. They lead here by 4 as Frazier lines up the second. The lead at 5. Inbounded to Wilson. Intercepted, the steal by Eric Wright. He came from the backside of Kyle Wilson. He took it away. 9.5. And Seguin with 2 more free throws. And the Cougars will go to 24-5. They will now have won 8 in a row. Girls won earlier tonight, 54-34. Boulware kind of leaned that one in there, body English and all. And the second with 8 seconds. Ray, for good measure, 18 points for the senior, 2.6 to go. It is 48-42 and a timeout taken by Crowley. Brand Parrish set to play it in for the Cougs. They lead by 4. And the short pass to Frazier, 1 second. And there's the buzzer, and Seguin wins their 8th in a row as they win by 4, 48-44, a doubleheader sweep tonight for Courtney Phillips and Bobby Thigpen. Seguin goes to 9-1. Crowley falls to 6-4 in district play. Our thanks tonight, everyone here at Seguin, all the coaches and our principal, our AISD production crew on hand. Nice job as always. Next week we're at Martin. We'll see the Vikings and the Warriors. Seguin win it. Until next time, this is John Nelson saying good night from Seguin.